Every year, 10 franchises enter a grueling 2-month war. The Indian Premier League is an absolute gauntlet, pushing players to their physical and mental limits. At the end of that gauntlet sits this prize, the IPL Championship Trophy, and the massive winner's check that comes with it. You would naturally assume hoisting this cup is the ultimate goal for the billionaire owners backing these teams. But for the people writing the checks, actually winning the tournament is nearly irrelevant to their bottom line. League rules dictate that when a team wins the title, a massive portion of that championship prize money has to be distributed directly to the players, entirely bypassing the owners' pockets. When you look at this chart of a franchise's total revenue, you can see that total prize money, even when combined with every official jersey and cap sold to fans, makes up a measly 5% of their income. If victory on the field and fan merchandise don't actually drive the business, how are these owners guaranteed a massive profit before the first ball of the season is even bowled? Looking at this crowd of dedicated local fans, we see the first and most visible way franchises make their money, the home ground advantage. Over a minimum of 7 home matches, teams retain roughly 80% of all ticket sales. Inside the stadium, they layer on a secondary stream of profit by selling high-end hospitality in luxury corporate boxes and taking a cut of the food and beverage sales. But the real visible hustle happens down on the pitch. The players themselves operate as highly monetized walking billboards. Notice the highlighted zones on this 3D model. Teams sell prime real estate on the jersey's front, back, and sleeves. They micro-monetize further, with sponsors paying separate fees for logos on helmets, caps, and specifically the batter's lead and non-lead arms. Teams then extend these physical deals online, charging those same brands for digital shoutouts and mandated player appearances in social media ads. Yet, if you combine ticket sales, the luxury hospitality, and every single team-specific sponsorship, it still only accounts for roughly 30 to 45% of the total revenue pie. This active hustle generates tens of millions, but it is entirely secondary. It is not the structural engine making these billionaires so wealthy. This reservoir is the IPL's central financial engine, the BCCI's central pool, providing 60 to 70% of a team's income. It's filled by main title sponsorships and the absolute cash cow, TV and digital media rights, recently sold for an astronomical 48,390 crore rupees. The governing body takes this centralized wealth and distributes roughly 50% of it completely evenly among the 10 franchises, every single year. This creates the ultimate financial safety net. A team receives their share of hundreds of crores, regardless of whether they finish first in the standings or dead last. The broadcast rights alone are large enough to cover a team's operating costs. It is a closed-loop economy that guarantees an annual profit completely independent of sporting success. But securing year-to-year liquid profit is only the surface level of the billionaire strategy. The real objective is a decade-long play. Here is the starting point. An owner purchases a franchise for 300 crore rupees. Because the central pool prevents financial loss, the team's value compounds exponentially. Over a decade, that valuation balloons past 5,000 crore rupees. To realize this wealth, owners don't even have to sell the whole team. They simply sell a small percentage stake of their highly inflated franchise to private investors for an instant, massive payout. The architects of the IPL built a closed system, completely separating wealth generation from on-field victory. In this league, you don't have to win the tournament to win the game.